Now, it is my pleasure to present to you the class of 2013. Our national anthem will be played by the combined band and orchestras of Saline High School. They are conducted by Mr. Nate Lampman and Mr. Matthew Breyer. It would be appreciated if gentlemen would remove their hats and mortarboards. At this time, would the audience please stand and join us for the singing of the national anthem? You may be seated. I would like to present to you the Saline High School Chamber Choir, along with members of the Chamber Orchestra, to sing the senior class songs under the direction of Mrs. Norma Freeman. Thank you to the Saline High School Chamber Choir and members of the Chamber Orchestra. It is my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker. Each year, the senior class selects the keynote speaker for commencement. Over the years, we have had important and somewhat famous speakers. We have had coaches, Bo Schembechler and Lloyd Carr, for example, CEOs of major companies, political figures, and astronauts. This year, the class of 2013 has invited a person who directly impacted the lives of our Saline High School seniors early in their school career. The third graders at the elementary schools in Saline always take a trip to the Chelsea Milling Company, commonly referred to as Jiffy Mix Factory. Our speaker has special ties to the Jiffy Mix Factory. But first, after successful competition in the world of motorsports for 20 years, our speaker, Mr. Howdy Holmes, returned to the family business in November of 1987. As a race car driver, Howdy won championships and was Rookie of the Year at the Indianapolis 500 in 1979. He competed in 6 Indy 500 events. When he retired in 1988, he held the best average finishing record of anyone who started more than 4 events. As a businessman, Howdy operated a motorsports marketing company and an advertising company which served the motorsports community. Holmes authored an award-winning book called Formula Car Technology and was contributing writer for magazines and newspapers about racing. He was also one of the first color commentators on racing for ESPN. Upon returning to Jiffy Mix in 1987, Mr. Holmes led a transformation of the then 100-year-old family business. With the help of others, a professionally managed strategic vision was successfully introduced. Today, known for their quality and value, Jiffy Mixes is uniquely positioned for the 21st century. Jiffy is the market share leader in retail prepared baking mixes, and we have one for each one of our graduates today under your chairs. Chelsea Milling Company is a privately held, family-owned business and a favorite trip of Saline's third graders. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Howdy Holmes.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for me to be here today. I thought a great deal about this opportunity, and I decided that the best way to communicate with this class would be to text. But we couldn't figure out the electronics with the board, so I can't text with you. So my plan B was to think of what it was like when I was in high school and relate some of the things that I thought of then. Because I've learned over time, and we have a 24-year-old that, generation to generation, sometimes we don't communicate real well. So I thought I'd kind of remember what it was like when I was in high school. And the first thing I wrote down was it was the very best time in my life. Absolutely very, very best time in my life. And it was awkward. Always seemed like it was a search for acceptance, a search for independence, even though I really wasn't sure what independence was all about. But I was determined, as you are, to become independent, whatever that was. There seemed to be a conflict between structure and flexibility. Does this sound familiar? Without being able to write the guidelines, it was a bit of a problem. Thoughts of who I am, where am I going, and why come and go like the wind, sometimes pleasant and refreshing, sometimes harsh and annoying. Networking is usually done only with peers because, those older folks, they don't really get it, right? That's anybody over 30, and I'm over 40, over 50, over 60, so it's hard for me to relate. And advice from older people Kind of runs off your back like water off a duck. The other thing was that, always tried to push the limits for whatever it was. Just whatever it was, wanted to find out, how far can you take it? Some of you are going to go to college. Some of you are going to go into the workplace. But I would encourage you to seek your passion. And now for some of the words of wisdom that come from having a little bit more time on the planet than you. This is going to be hard to imagine, but before you were born, your parents weren't as boring as they are now. They won't tell you this, but I will. They got that way from paying your bills, cleaning your clothes, and listening to you talk about how cool you thought you were. So in a minute, we're going to thank them. But before we do that, I'd like to say that, please, if you have friends, classmates that who have struggled with a disability, make sure that you go up to them sometime after this ceremony and thank them and tell them how proud you are of them. And I would like you to turn to your right and just say, wave and say hi and thanks, Mom and Dad, please. 1, 2, 3. That was easy, wasn't it? So let's take a look into the future, shall we? Your generation is expected to have 14 different jobs in your career. 14 different jobs. You are at a point where in life where there is more time ahead of you than behind you. And the choices you make going forward are going to really count. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So, chase your dream. Don't ever give up. Do what you love what you do. Don't let negative expressions of advice of others get in your way, and believe me, it's everywhere. Life is a series of lessons. It's not a spectator sport. If winning is important to you, then preparation is critical, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You will face numerous problems of epic proportions, very difficult problems with no visible solutions. You will fail many times. Learn from those mistakes. Remember, it's not what you accomplish that matters. It's what you overcome that builds character. The pursuit of personal growth is what will separate you from your friends. Yes, learning new things requires a lot of effort. Enhancing or changing your belief system is necessary for growth. Sure, it's hard to change yourself, but the alternatives are grim. Staying the same and expecting different results can be found in the dictionary or Google between stupendous and sturdy. Some of you got it. Don't be afraid to dream, don't be afraid of failure, and don't be afraid of yourself. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of faith. One last nugget about the future that you can take to the bank. Strive to be interested in others, not interesting to them. Let me repeat that. Strive to be interested in other people, not interesting to them. The golden rule suggests to do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. Maybe the platinum rule is a little bit better. Treat other people the way they want to be treated. The wind's giving me a little bit of an issue here. Don't expect to have it all figured out from the beginning. Try different types of work. Chances are you may not end up making a living in the area that you are now studying or you think that you want to pursue. That's okay. That's good. Whatever it is that you work on, make sure that you give your all. This, too, will separate you from the crowd. We see way too many people these days saying things like, if only so-and-so did this, or she said that, it's out of my control, etc. Baloney. You are responsible for your own success and your own happiness. Besides, you can't predict or control what others will do, so why worry about it? Congratulations on your accomplishments. It is a big deal. You have every right to be proud, dream with passion, pursue personal growth, and give back to others. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you this afternoon. I should say evening, it's past 6, is it? So God bless and make good choices. Thank you very much.
Howdy, on behalf of the graduates and their families, thank you for honoring us as our commencement speaker. Your unselfish dedication, inspiring the youth of today, is amazing. Thank you. At this time, I would also like to thank the people who have made this commencement a reality. Senior class advisors Tracy Birdsong and Kim LaRosa. Undergraduate advisors Beth Russo, Steve Sartori, Mike Dice, Madeline Clark, and Sherry Horwitz. Musical directors Nate Lampman and Matt Breyer. Our sound engineer, Mr. Ben Culver. Our facilities staff, in particular, Gordon Boucher and Ken Spicer. English teacher, Mary Sue Gordon Converse, who has worked endless hours helping our senior class president fine-tune his speech that you will hear this evening. Director of Facilities, Doug Bacon. Saline High School counseling staff, Brian Bruckman, Tara Chambers, Michelle Monahan, and Kathy Musio. Carol Melcher, principal at the new Alternative High School. Assistant principals Marie Schluter, Joe Palka, Rob White, and consortium principal Jody Galinsky. High school secretaries Eileen Owen, Susie Antonelli, and Deb Dawson for countless hours spent in finalizing the program. And finally, Michelle Monahan, graduation director, for all her hard work. On behalf of the graduates, their families, and Saline Schools, thank you. The 477 students in the class of 2013 have excelled throughout their 4 years at Saline High School. Their success has not only been documented in the classroom, but in our athletic programs and extracurricular activities. Their academic achievements have been outstanding. Saline High School has been recognized as one of America's best high schools. Our advanced placement test pass rate is #1 in the state of Michigan. There are 7 National Merit semifinalists and 7 National Merit finalists. And also 7 commended scholars. The 119 students 119 students are graduating with highest honors. That means they have a grade point of 3.667, unweighted grade point average or better. If it were weighted, it would be 166. The class of 2013 has been the recipient of over $95,000 from 74 local scholarships and 31 contributors. The scholarships come from service organizations, memorial funds, businesses, individual donations, and educational institutions. 69% of these graduates will attend four-year universities and colleges, 23% will attend two-year educational programs, and others will attend skilled trade schools, join the military, and enter the workforce. Regardless of their destinations, the lessons and skills they have learned at school, home, and in our community will serve them well as they face their future. Saline High School is an institution in which the quality of work is the expectation, not the exception. The class of 2013 has maintained that level of excellence. Their service and character are a tribute to their parents, families, school, and community. I would like to take this opportunity to personally thank the class of 2013 for an exceptional first year as Saline High School principal. Although I have only had one short year with you, the memories you have given me will be cherished for many years to come. Thank you, class of 2013. It is my honor now to introduce Superintendent of Saline Area Schools, Mr. Scott Graydon. Mr. Graydon, please join me at the podium for the presentation of the diplomas.
Mrs. Helber, has this class met their graduation requirements?
Mr. Graydon, President Holden, and Board of Education, the class of 2013 has met and exceeded the requirements for graduation and is prepared to receive their diplomas. It is my privilege to present to you the class of 2013. I invite President Holden and the high school counselors to the podium to present the class of 2013 with their diplomas.
Samuel Lee Adams. Blake Alexander Ahadi. Lucas Kent Allen. Sebastian Ammerbauer. Julia Christine Anderson. Jacob Brian Englam. Jason Michael Drake Anthony. Charles John Antonelli II. Luisa Berta Antonelli. Patrick Michael Aretha. John Caleb Ashby. Michael Richard Augustin. Jacob Tyson Alyssa. Elizabeth Renee Osmus. Naji Ayash. Ella Therese Babcock. Luke Timothy Baker. Tyler William Baker. Lindsay Ann Balint. Sarah Joy Ball. Kevin D. Bow. Marcus James Barbrett. Tyler Scott Bauer. Matthew Charles Baxter. Cedric Lee Charles Bazzi. Sarah Danielle Beckham. William Gabriel Beckton. Daniel Jeffrey Bennett. Randy Lee Bennett. Benjamin Bentner. David Andrew Burdish. Elizabeth Ann Berghoff. Eric Andrew Berkey. Margaret Ann Berry. Patrick Bruce Birdsong. Chelsea Nicole Bishop. Samuel James Blair. Alyssa Joy Blights. Daniel E. Blesky. David Joseph Bolin. Caitlin Jane Bolduck. Caitlin Margaret Bonds. Jade Marie Bonilla Gonzalez. Ethan Christopher Boyd. Corinna Suzanne Boyd. Skylar Austin Boyer. Elizabeth Ann Brightman. Ryan Michael Brophy. Madison Irene Bro. Jamal Jeffrey Browder. Ryan Shane Brown. Adam Christopher Bruley. Michael John Bundus. Riley Marie Burgess. Ethan James Burnett. Garrett Thomas Boosie. Andrew James Bucko. Grace Ann Campbell. Lauren Ashley Cardenas. Ray William Carpenter. Anna Irene Carter. Claudia Castro Cobian. Thomas Henry Cawley. Arlette Marie Cerdas. Avery Moran Champagne. Gina Ann Chan. Paul William Chandler. Hannah Nordby Chen. Sarah Ann Chu. Christopher David Ciata. Tristan James Clark. Samantha N. Classic. Katerina Marie Cody. Madeline Ann Marie Cole. Holly Victoria Coleman. Michael Thomas Collette. Allison Claire Collins. Patrick M. Conlin. Molly Emma Kahn. Matthew Thomas Konzelman. Peyton Aubrey Cooper. James Sean Corcoran. Alexander Reed Cornelius. Allison Michelle Courts. Tyler Christian Cowan. Alexis Elizabeth Crane. Michael Alexander Cromer. Tracy Lynn Culberson. Alyssa Marie Cummings. Keith Edward Cummings. Caitlin Ann Cunningham. Alex Bain Seibert. Christina Jane Zerka. Devin Marie Daly. Dominic Andrew Dane. Anita A. Damu. Christine Farhan Damu. Braden Neil Dana. Alexis Therese Dawson. Matthew John Dearella. Austin Douglas Deal. Jenna Jean DeBest. Adam Christopher Debling. Danielle Lindsay DeGeeter. Alexis Marie DeLand. Hannah Renee Derby. Antonio Diaz Leyva. Samantha Marie Dix. Reese Jeffrey Dills. Justin Howard Dibley. Natalie Michelle Dolbin. Britton Jeffrey Drake. Patrick James Dunn. Jeffrey Sibuan Duong. AJ Dykes. Joshua Kent Ehrman. Tyler Matthew Eisman. Caleb Anthony Elikanich. Paige Lauren Elliott. Caitlin Marie Ellis. Benjamin James Ellsworth. Matthew Reed Elms. Dominic Carl Engel. Nathan Michael Feynman.
Leah Marie Fesmeyer. Jonathan Taylor Fike. Jennifer Lou Fillinger. Matthew Peter Finnegan. Kevin Philip Fisher. Aaron Taylor Fisk. Amanda Ellen Fitz. Paige Hannah Fordyce. Liam William Foster. Laura Danielle Frank. Marcus Alexander Frazier Godet. Madeline Jane Frost. Kayla Jean Fuller. Dustin Alexander Funk. Melissa Elaine Gable. Rebecca Lynn Galbraith. Taylor Rose Gainey. Troy Martin Gainey. Taylor Aaron Galinas. Grant Gunnar Gannon. Laura Garcia Vega. Marshall John Gardner. Julia Nicole Garner. Mitchell Lewis Garrison. Rachel Lynn Gasparovich. Elizabeth Marie Gentile. Sydney McKenna Gibson. Kyle David Gervin. Erica Jane Glass. Matthew John Gomez. Fernando Jose Gonzalez. Jeffrey Thomas Gonzalez. Brandon Allen Gordon. Taylor Holly Gotts. Adam Scott Reeves. Alexis Catherine Green. Kristen Nicole Green. Michaela Amaya Green. Riley Daniel Gross. Matthew Joseph Halo. Kelly Lynn Hall. Samantha Marie Hall. Maria Ann Hall Burkhart. Gage Andrew Hammond. Mary Elizabeth Hannah. Joshua Richard Harold Hansknecht. Emily Grace Harmon. Kelsey Rayanne Harper. Kaya Nicole Harris. Daniel Thomas Hirsch. Alec Nicholas Hartman. Katura Ruth Hasija. Haley Paige Hastings. Adam Joseph Havenstreicher. Brian James Haugen. Christine Marie Hayes. Erin Kathleen Healy. Wilhelm Robert Hyder. Robert James Heilman. Hines. Timothy Robert Holloway. Allison Elise Horwood. Brandon Nicholas Wong. Alexander Jackson Hunter. Victoria Jade Hike. Chung Wook Win. Melissa Marie Ignashik. Grant Dai Iseda. Drew Allen Issam. Megan Elizabeth Jaski. Alexander Charles Jasmine. Angela Ellen Yadley. Abigail Holly Jenks. Dylan Mark Jennings. Olivia Hope Jackson. Amanda Lynn Johnson. Ethan Cole Johnson. Holly Lynn Johnson. Caleb Michael Jones. Edric Augustus Jew. Fausto Mindu Gerardo. Ian Ross Cafferly. Dana Marie Kalum. Nicholas Michael Carapis. Nicolette Joe Kaza. Grace Mary Catherine Kaufman. Jalen Keith K. Evan Mitchell Keebler. Tess Marie Kina. Josiah David Keith. Alexander Roman Kendig. Clayton Michael Kilgallen. Christopher David Kilgallen. Nathan Russell Kincaid. Hallie Ann King. Bradley George Kingston. Ryan Christopher Kirkpatrick. Mitchell Adam Kish. Brian James Kassane. Andrew John Kiddo. Stephen George Kiabu. Rhoda Delacy Clamega. Stephen Joseph Cabral. Katia Francis Lee Kerner. Claire. Catherine Kirschner. Evan Paul Kohler. Adam Joseph Karzak. Daniel Richard Kozak. Kayla Marie Kuba. Celeste Nicole Krawcheck. Hunter Grant Krebs. Madeline Grace Krebs. Brian Matthew Kruzma. Jessica Marie Coons. Ashley Marie Kurek.
Allison Claire Lanala. Anthony Raymond Lamousse. Timothy Arthur Lang. Michael Adam Lang. Emily Nicole Lau. Zachary Tyler Laurent. Sarah Marie Law. Chelsea K. Leathers. Matthew Timothy Leffler. Aaron Jeffrey Leonard. Joseph Michael Leptic III. Zachary Levis LaRoland Wagner. Justin Henry Leslie. Leah Beth Lewis. Jacob Martin Leibowitz. Anthony John Lilienthal. Jessica Elaine Lipa. Alexander Zion Liu. Hannah Rothley Lucas. Caleb Andrew Luckett. Matthew James Lund. Amanda Lynn Lertzema. Victoria Ann McNeil. Alexei Makarov. Jacqueline Jeanette Marshaldon. Ryan Allen Marcus. Nicholas Allen Markle. Austin James Markins. Megan Catherine Marlowe. Ariel Ruth Martin. Brandon Russell Martin. Nathaniel James Masters. Lauren K. Mastick. Sarah Ellen Mock. Madeline Rose Morey. Lainey Kelly McCandless. Luke Michael McCarran. Hannah Elizabeth McClough. Riley Joseph McCune. Ethan James McGuire. Joanna Catherine McKelvey. Catherine Ann McMorris. Ryan William McNulty. Abigail Grace McVeigh. Rebecca Lee Menchek. Michelle Brianne Mesky. Amanda Margaret Messina. Adam Richard Milley. Lauren Marie Milligan. John Patrick Minahan. Christian Alex Miranda. Kanade Holly Machina. Melanie Ann Moeller. Darby Elizabeth Malloy. Matthew Robert Monahan. Madison Rose Montambo. Brendan Haygood Moore. Eric Keegan Morris. Dustin Aiden Muir. Caitlin Elizabeth Mulder. Cassandra Marie Mullenix. Alexander Henry Mundorf. Ian Matthew Murray. Erica Lynn Myers. Miranda Marie Myers. Shelby Christine Nagel. Ryan Joseph Nagy. Brian Michael Neering. Melissa Charlotte Needham. Ryan Jacob Neat. Lauren Ann Nichols. Nathan Maxwell Nieves. Jack Charles Nissen. Abigail Grace Northrup. Miranda Gladys Newhan. Alexis Ann Nowicki. Laura Allison Nye. Tia Nicole O'Brien. Shannon Marie O'Flynn. Nathan Patrick O'Sullivan. Vincent Joseph Olson. Gavin Michael Olson. Joseph Jeffrey Omachinsky. Caroline K. Ortman. Jesse Daniel Olette. Jenny Uzumaka Ozer. Tyler Paul Polka. Sarah Catherine Palmerton. Alexander Scott Parsons. Cassandra Ann Patero. Matthew James Peritic. Ryan Christopher Peruski. Benjamin Ward Peterson. Tyler Vane Pillen. Victor Pintilli. Elizabeth Cecile Plocky. Trevor David Ploucha. Mackenzie Lee Poet. William Thomas Poet. Aaron Andrew Pollock. Paul Pope of the Fourth. Lauren Elizabeth Powell. Grant Michael Prashan. Marissa Ray Pratt. Isabella Lopez Procaccini. Connor James Proctor. Benjamin James Quino. Gabriella Marcy Ralph. Lauren Vic Rasmussen. Morgan Elizabeth Rasmussen. Samantha Marie Rathven. Lee Marie Rauch. Brianna Marie Ray. Eric Lincoln Redfern. Jelena Christine Rain. Louis Robert Remenat. Nicholas Carnell Reuter. Emily Arlene Rice. Ashley Ann Richmond. Gray Christian Ritchie. Nora Kate Rittenhouse. Bradley Ethan Roberts.
Emily Claire Rose. Tyler James Rose. Michael Dale Rothman. Jamie Renee Rudisil. Gabriella Ann Rundle. Stephen Miguel Saldivar. Sharmila Katinana Samaru. Tyler Joseph Santos. Anand Rove and Keta Sarapalli. Sasha Andre Saber. Alyssa Lauren Sheska. Patrick Allen Schick. Sarah Michelle Schmidt. Raymond Carden Schmidt. Paris Kim Schofield. Melanie Marie Schrader. Casey Paul Shuko. Daniel Timothy Schuler. Jensen Renee Schoen. Benjamin Andrew Schwartz. Zachary Augustus Schwingle. Kylie Ann Slater. Christopher Matthew Seaman. Nicholas John Sakirik. Monica A. Shaw. Mackenzie Claire Shand. Carly Nicole Shankland. Kirsten Margaret Sheets. Natalie Jane Sheridan. Alyssa Marie Schaff. Elizabeth Elaine Shillington. Patricia Elise Schultes. Peter Graham Shumway. Justin Patrick Sly. Alex Joseph Smith. Craig Stephen Smith. Elizabeth Soderberg. Shayna Maya Marie Sandak Dorantes. Abigail Marie Anselmo Sovich. Quincy Claudine Stark. Dylan Richard Stratos. Joseph Glenn Stroby. Mitchell Eric Seidendorf. Michelle Marie Swigert. Jacob Douglas Swick. Samantha Amber Sykes. Kyle John Zaley. Marissa Jade Tackett. Lindsay Jean Talcott. Carlos Antonio Taylor. Daniel Joseph Tesserero. David Anthony Tesserero. Savannah Kate Marie Tyson. Taylor Brian Tickner. Dominic Louis Tormina. Naomi Stewart Tokoyoma. Mitchell Mayhew Tolly. Samantha Mackenzie Tomelio. Cameron Ryan Tubbs. Dane Dowling Turner. Konstantinos Demetrius Javaris. Megan Alyssa Ulrich. Melissa C. Panich Uncle-D. Kadri Usain. Florian Saul Van Kampen Wright. Mara Grace Van Sickle. Sarah Elizabeth Vajon. Alexandra Marie Verhines. Jackson Jennings Vidori. Michael Francis Vizzini. Dustin Robert Wall. Lindsay Paige Walter. Allison Marie Wormanen. Patrick Paul Warren. Amelia Elizabeth Waters. George Ryan Wellings. Corey James Wernett. Daniel Morgan Westfall. Devin Elise Witzel. Eric Matthew Wharton. John James Wharton. Andrew Scott White. Hunter Colton Whitehill. Adam Christian Whitener. Ryan Paul Whitfield. Courtney Elizabeth Whitish. Andrew Christopher Wiedmeyer. Danae K. Wills. Caleb Nathaniel Wittig. Ian Alexander Wolf. Scotty Edwin Wood. Rebecca Marie Wright. Natalie Ann Rysaki. Delan Khalil Yassin. Rigel Tanner Yax. Joseph Anthony Zakrisek. Christina Michelle Zaleski. Christopher Thomas Zarin. Patrick Michael Zetterholm. And Allison Elizabeth Zimmer.
Before I invite the president of the class of 2013 to the stage, I would like to thank again our musical performances tonight under the direction of Mr. Nate Lampman, Mr. Matthew Breyer, and Mrs. Norma Freeman. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Mr. Patrick Birdsong, the president of the class of 2013, to the podium to present his closing commencement remarks.
Mr. Holmes, Superintendent Graydon, members of the Board of Education, administration, faculty, parents, family, friends, and fellow class of 2013 graduates. I would like to thank everyone in attendance today to celebrate the graduating seniors of Saline High School. Today is not only a monumental day in the lives of the graduates, but also in the lives of our parents, who have nourished us into the people that we are today. Parents of the class of 2013, please rise for a round of applause as we acknowledge the hard work, dedication, love, and sacrifice you've put in over the past 13 years. Today, the one constant in our lives will be no longer. Today, we will walk away from one another, not as students, but as alumni. We will graduate from Saline High School and begin down the path that strays from what we have always known and from who we have always known. Today is not only a day for celebration, but a day to reflect. We were a class surrounded by change. We'll always remember how we were, in fact, the first class to not experience a trip to Washington, D.C., but instead, a lively and exciting ferry boat trip down the enthralling Detroit River. Not only did we change a lot in the course of our high school career, but so did the entire high school administration. We were also the last class to witness the phenomenon that is mock rock. Being the class that we are, we were able to adapt and welcome these changes with open arms. Most importantly, what we take away from the last 4 years of our lives are memories, friendships, experiences, and self-discovery. No matter where this unknown road may take us, it's important to remember where we came from. It's important to remember that once a Hornet, always a Hornet, and the family that we have created here will always be there to support us. Today is about the places we've been, but even more importantly, the places that we will go. As we continue on life's journey, I urge all of us to dream, to create, to achieve, and to inspire. Dream with the purpose of challenging the unknown. Create new and wonderful ideas despite the odds and despite others' opinions. Achieve your goals and fulfill your potential. Inspire the lives you touch every day with your presence. The foundation that Saline area schools has laid through its teachers, mentors, counselors, and coaches will only aid in our ability to accomplish whatever we set our minds to. To show our gratitude to Saline High, the class of 2013 is going to start a new tradition. When school resumes in the fall, there will be a series of tiles on the floor in the Commons replaced by a Hornet crest. In order to honor and show respect to our school and what being a Hornet means, it's important to avoid stepping on or walking across where the Hornet lays. We would like future students of Saline High School to commemorate this tradition for all time. Our counselors have continually said to us throughout the year, this is one of the last times you will all be together as a class. And now, the final time is here. Before we leave Saline High School today, I encourage everyone to take a second and reflect. Make a mental note of who is sitting next to you, the way you feel, and what the weather is like. Remember the first day of your freshman year and the last day of your senior year. Remember all those daily sounds and smells we experienced as we walked through the halls of SHS. And most importantly, remember how it feels to be a part of the Hornet family. Take it all in and capture it, because after today, it will be gone and replaced by new and captivating opportunities on this unknown road. Congratulations, Hornets. The hard work has paid off, and now it's time to show the world what we're capable of. I'll leave you all with an Irish blessing which resonates with me. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rain fall soft upon your field, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you. Classmates, please rise. Follow my lead as I move my tassel from the left to the right. Congratulations, we are now officially the newest alumni of Saline High School. Side note, don't forget your Jiffy Mix under your seat.
Man's got a future in sales.
Students, if you'll find your chairs. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present to you the newest alumni of Saline High School, the graduated class of 2013. Congratulations.